I got the moves. I got the moves. I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta make the city move. Like, whoa. I make the city move. I got the move.
In every NBA season, more and more players make their All-Star appearance for the first time. Last year we saw plenty, with guys like D'Angelo Russell, Nikola Jokic, Ben Simmons plus more making the teams for their first ever time. And with all the movement in the NBA this off-season, there is a high chance we continue to see this trend. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at 5 players who I believe have a high chance of making the All-Star game for the first time this upcoming season. If you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content. But with that being said, let's get right into this top 5. But before we start, I need to talk about a couple of honorable mentions. The first one is De'Aaron Fox. After breaking out last season on the Sacramento Kings, Fox is looking to continue to improve his game. He's becoming an elite point guard in the game and has some real offensive talent, averaging nearly 18 points per game last season with shooting splits of 37% from 3 and 45% from the field. He also averaged an amazing 7 assists per game, which for a second-year player is unreal. Coming into this season, I expect him to improve his game yet again and become an All-Star caliber player, but unfortunately, I don't see him making the All-Star team. In a stacked Western Conference and playing at the deepest position in the league, it's going to be very challenging for him to get a good look at making the team. With all the other elite guards in the conference like Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook and James Harden, I just think it's very unlikely for him to have a good chance of making the team, which is why I'm leaving him off this list and putting him as a mention. In the East, this would be a different story, but I unfortunately don't see it happening this year at least. The final mention I have is Trae Young. After having a rough start to his rookie year, Trey Young leapt into stardom to finish his rookie campaign and was a runner-up for the Rookie of the Year. If he continues the way he's playing, he could be in the running to be an All-Star, but I just don't think he's going to get there. That's just my opinion though, but now for real, let's get right into this top 5. Number 5. Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum had a rough second season in the NBA. He failed to gel well with Kyrie Irving, and due to this, as well as a couple of other reasons, Tatum flatlined and had a so-called sophomore slump. He only averaged 15 points per game and shot very inefficiently compared to his rookie year. It was overall a disappointing season for him. But with Kyrie gone and Kemba Walker coming in, I'm expecting Tatum to make the jump he could have done last season if Kyrie wasn't such a bad leader. He's most likely going to be the second option, and if Kemba leads like Kyrie should have, Tatum's averages could jump up to maybe even 20 points a game and have good shooting splits, maybe something like 47% from the field and 39% from 3. I think that'd be ideal. Kemba may take some spotlight from him, and who knows, he may continue to plateau, but I personally believe he can return to what he has showed us in his rookie year. In a weak Eastern Conference, I do think it is very possible for him to make an All-Star game next season. Number 4. Zach Lavine. Zach Lavine had somewhat of a breakout year last season. After suffering a devastating ACL injury and being traded from Minnesota to Chicago, Lavine bounced back at an incredible level, pushing his averages from 16 points per game to 23, and a nice 5 assists and 5 rebounds to go with that. He shot quite well too, around 46% from the field and almost 38% from 3. Again, they're pretty good shooting splits. In the upcoming season, I'm excited to see how Lavine progresses. He's still quite young and has a little bit of potential left. He's proved himself as not only a flashy dunker, but an efficient scorer too, and a shot creator as well. If he improves again next season, gets the Bulls' overall improvement, and averages 25 points or so, I do think it's highly likely he reaches his first All-Star game. The improvement he showed us last season was fantastic, and if he can further develop his shot and defense and become a lethal threat teams seriously need to worry about, there's no question why he should be an All-Star next season, or at the very least, be in serious discussions for one. Number 3. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is probably the biggest draft steal over the last 5 draft classes. Drafted 14th to Denver and traded to Utah, Mitchell wasn't meant to be a star player. He was meant to be a part of a fresh start for the Jazz, a restart in their upcoming rebuild. Utah were not expecting what they got. Mitchell immediately became something special and throughout his rookie year was praised heavily and just came up short in the Rookie of the Year race fairly. To begin his sophomore season, it was fair to say he slumped. He was shooting poorly and didn't seem like the same player. But that all changed after the All-Star break, as he dominated from then on, reminding us how good he could be. If Mitchell doesn't slow down to begin next season like last, and if he can become a more efficient shooter, he did struggle with that particularly last playoffs, then it should be clear he's an all-star type player. He's an elite scorer already after merely 2 seasons. Who knows how good he could be in his third? Even in a loaded West, I think the new addition of Mike Conley will give Mitchell the help he needs to shoot more efficiently, and he won't get tired carrying the offense. He has someone he can fall back on now. So with all that being said, I believe Mitchell has a real shot at an all-star role next season. Number 2, Pascal Siakam. After having an insane breakout year where he became a most improved player and NBA champion, Siakam is in a position to do it again. Maybe not become a champion again, but he could definitely be in the running for the most improved player yet again next season. With Kawhi Leonard gone, Siakam has a giant opportunity in front of him to become the next draft steal and become the number 1 option for the Raptors next season. Nick Nurse clearly trusts Siakam, so his minutes will again go up. Siakam is a fantastic scorer and floor spacer. He can shoot the ball decently from 3, around 36%, and is brilliant from inside, a 54% shooter in general from the field. With Leonard gone, with Nurse trusting him to be the number 1 option, I think Siakam can average 22 or more points per game on 50% shooting from the field, maybe 7 or 8 rebounds to go with that. Siakam is a future All-NBA talent if he continues the road he's on, and I have no doubt he can take another major leap next season and make a push for his first ever All-Star Game appearance. Number 1, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is the number 1 guy on this list, and it should come as no surprise. After an astounding rookie year where he averaged over 20 points, 5 assists and 5 rebounds, Doncic was nearly selected as an all-star in his rookie year, and he would have been the first rookie to do so since Blake Griffin back in 2011. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't chosen for the game, but it's pretty obvious he could have easily made it. And now with a Rookie of the Year award under his belt and a star partner in crime in Kristaps beside him, Doncic is primed to become the next generational talent and take the Mavericks far throughout the 2020s. There's no doubt about it, Doncic is something special, and I would be extremely surprised if he fails to make the All-Star game next season. But that will wrap up the top 5. What do you guys think of this list? Is there anyone I'm missing on here? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.